If you had to rank Mason Rudolph among starting quarterbacks in the NFL, where would he fall? Somewhere in the top 20 or closer to the bottom 10? Well, according to PFF, he is the second worst projected starter in the NFL heading into 2025, and today we're going to discuss if that's fair. The Pittsburgh Steelers still believe that Aaron Rodgers will be their starter come week 1. While we have received nothing of substance regarding what he's doing, what his timeline is, or where he's going to be when OTAs start next week, the Steelers remain steadfast that Aaron Rodgers is their guy. But living in a world where he's not, and that is the current reality of the Steelers, Mason Rudolph is your quarterback 1. And with him being the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers on the depth chart, PFF decided to rank him 31st out of 32nd in the NFL. The only player behind Mason Rudolph is New Orleans Saints starting quarterback or projected starting quarterback Tyler Shuck, who is going to be a 26-year-old rookie when the season kicks off in September. So, to me, this isn't blatant disrespect, but it's borderline pretty close. Mason Rudolph took the Pittsburgh Steelers back from the dead in 2023. This is a team who, with Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett in and out of the lineup, were 7-7 after being 7-4 and looking like they had a playoff seed locked up. They lost 3 games in a row, and before Mason Rudolph came in, everyone thought that their season was done. Mike Tomlin was going to have his first losing season, and that the Pittsburgh Steelers, as we knew and love them, were over with. What did Mason Rudolph do? He comes in, he wins 3 straight games, propels the team to a playoff spot where, yes, they got dismantled by the Buffalo Bills, but nonetheless, Mason Rudolph did that. He's the one who had a tremendous touchdown to interception ratio, who all of a sudden lit a spark into the offense with his deep ball throwing to George Pickens. No one is confusing Mason Rudolph with even Aaron Rodgers at this point of his career. No one is saying Mason Rudolph is the long-term answer at quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But is he really the second worst starting quarterback in the NFL? Is he really barely better than a rookie quarterback that the Saints use a second-round pick on that many teams didn't even have a day 2 grade on because he's going to be a 26-year-old rookie? Are we really sure that Mason Rudolph is not head over heels much better than those players? Because I'm not so sure. So for Mason Rudolph, he's even admitted that he understands that the Steelers will bring in a 4th quarterback. They always go to training camp with 4 quarterbacks, and right now it's Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and Will Howard. That 4th quarterback, in all likelihood, is going to be Aaron Rodgers. So this conversation could be relatively mute in a matter of weeks, but for the time being, ranking Mason Rudolph as the second worst starting quarterback for the NFL and the Pittsburgh Steelers is frankly not right.